on paying wages and salaries to doctors, and you're left with very little to purchase medicine for the people.
Those are some of the challenges that we are facing. But maybe just for the record, Chair, for development, I think this financial year we have 34%, which is above the minimum that has been set. So, which is also an indication that we are not ignoring that part of.
We'll let the auditor report to us on that, because the maths is not adding up. If you're already on 50% on salaries and 10% on assembly, if you're saying 34% is going to development, it means that only 6% is going to operations, which is impractical. So in terms of fiscal responsibility, your county is fiscally irresponsible. And if we had the old formula, we would have punished you by withdrawing some equitable share from Bomet. And I think there's a conversation by members of the Senate that we should reintroduce it to provide an incentive for counties to do the right thing. Could I, because time will not allow us, the residual issues in this long report, we have already agreed with the Auditor General that they'll find their way in the current year audit report. When it comes to the receiver of revenue, Auditor, you will need to advise us whether this receiver of revenue report is professionally rendered and whether it is something that the Senate should consider. Ab initio, let's look at it. Was it prepared by an accountant, the receiver of revenue report? Auditor? Was that report prepared by an accountant? Can you tell whether it was prepared by someone with the right professional qualification and with the right professional responsibility?
Chair, the officer did not write his or her ISPAC number.
So, are you able to tell whether this has been prepared by a professional? If a doctor got an X-ray report that is unattributed, should the doctor go ahead and prescribe on the basis of an X-ray report whose source is not verifiable?
No.
So what do we make of this ROR? Because we must point out these things. Our job is not academic. We have 238 million shillings here, which is a drop of 6 million. Instead of revenue growing, revenue is dropping. And then you bring us a report that is not owned and not signed by someone who bears a professional responsibility. This tells us that this is a looting, on-source revenue could be a looting spree. Why should we, Governor, why should we even waste time discussing this report? You are a professor, aren't you?
Yes, Chair.
There are things professors can do which persons with masters cannot do, isn't it? In the academic world.
Yes.
There are things members of ISPAC and qualified accountants can do which advocates cannot do.
Correct.
In preparation of financial statements, which profession bears that responsibility?
It would have been the accountants.
So tell me, which of these people is a professional with that responsibility and sworn to a code of conduct?
Can give to my CEO of Finance to respond to that.
And we don't want stories. Just tell us precisely that this report was prepared by ISPAC member number XYZ. Or it was prepared by the driver to the CEO, because that's also possible.
Thank you, Chair. The report was prepared by the Director of Revenue. He's an accountant, but I'm yet to check his ISPAC number.
Where is that Director of Revenue? Where is the receiver of revenue?
I'm not here.
The receiver of revenue is not here. And you came to discuss the report of the receiver of revenue. Governor, how do you discuss the report of the receiver of revenue without the receiver of revenue?
He was informed, but I'm not sure why he's not here.
Who's the CEO of Bomet County Government?
The governor.
You didn't carry your attorney, they are legal questions. You didn't carry a receiver of revenue, we have financial statements that just indicate serious problems. How do you explain revenue dropping from 244 million to 238 million? Now that you're the CEO, can you explain to us? Because it's an upward trend elsewhere.
Of course, the receiver of revenue should have been here to explain that.
You did bring him, so you take responsibility. How did revenue drop from 244 to 238? Are you collecting and pocketing?
Not really, Chair. Maybe my CC Finance.
What other explanation could there be? I do not see, I go through Bomet every other week, a beautiful county, endowed by nature, very hardworking people. People of Bomet are very hardworking. How then can revenue, on-source revenue, be dropping?
Okay, CC Finance, please.
Thank you, Chair. I think I want to, the question you've asked is the drop in revenue. So we were not able to collect as we had anticipated, but we have, that is for the year 2024. But we have
a target for that year.
For that year, it was 332. Yes, then we collected 238. So
100 million off the mark.
Yes, we couldn't.
And I heard the governor speak earlier, the way he was optimizing on-source revenue to balance spending bills and all that, not knowing that his on-source revenue has dropped. If you take away hospital fees, you're only collecting 100 million. 100 million, a county as rich as Bomet. If you do a comparison with neighboring counties, I don't know, maybe Nandi, maybe Kericho. Kericho could be bigger, could be having a bigger agricultural base. There is no way Homa Bay County, which is one of your neighboring counties, could be on 1.2 billion and Bomet is on 200 million, which is dropping.